What up, what up, what up, what up? Top of the morning. What's going on with you? 808. What's up, what's up, what's up? All right. Taki. Well, I gotta put all this stuff up on the Jumbotron. Y'all can just kick it. Y'all can just kick it till it's time. I gotta load up the Jumbotron. Shut up. Get this up.
No.
Need to get my earbuds in.
I laughed at that Bandcamp link this one time at Bandcamp.
All right, all right. Well, there he goes again, shitting on my parade. So, we probably won't be having much of a cookout today.
It's all good. I just come out for hang out and chill with you guys.
Yeah, I know, but I just seen it. Expectar is doing an AMA at 2:30, so he's gonna pull everybody over there. So yeah, probably won't have a cookout.
What are they doing in MA today for their metaverse thing?
Yeah, if they just made an announcement, unexpected AMA at 2:30 when my cookout flyer has been going around since Friday that my cookout's at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, how some people operate, man. Yeah. Well, it's been weird lately. Freaking the shillers came out in droves, yeah, in the past few days, or just recently. It's freaking crazy.
Yeah. That shit. So irritating. but I'm their ambassador. That shit. I might as well just stop doing this shit. Mm, mm, mm.
I've been seeing a lot more of those people throwing shit on paint. Like, I don't know what for, but yeah.
Ah.
What up, OC?
What up? What up? What up?
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
That was like some hardcore late reaction.
What happened? What was that?
Even that was late reaction. No, no, yeah, man.
What up? What up? What up, Jakes? What up with everybody?
I just was gonna say it's weird. Everybody's quiet. Uh,
Yeah, I'm highly irritated, so it's
After.
just better for me to keep
Well,
my
I
mic
know
low.
you are. I know you are. And yeah, kind of hard to speak when you're feeling that way. What's going on, everybody? What about you, OC? What's poppin'? How's your guys' day going so far?
Uh, I just got home from having breakfast and yeah, saw a couple calls coming up, so decided to jump in. And why you irritated? Too cold?
Just look around. Stroll your
Is it because I expect her?
yeah.
It says it's unexpected though.
Yeah, okay.
You don't believe it? It's by design. Thing is on purpose.
It's just irritating because right, I'm supposed to be the ambassador. You know that I host a weekly call on Sundays. My flyer has been up since Friday what time the cookout is this week, and same time. So like that's like, but you say you're all about networking and helping people build community, but it's just really all about yours. So this cookout will probably be cut short because probably ain't nobody gonna be here because of that. So and then you're gonna have this other guy host it who doesn't know pretty much anything about the XRPL community or the technology because I'm also Combat Kanga's ambassador, so I know all about the pre-minting and how the shit works and this and that. Like, what am I your fucking ambassador for is what the fuck I want to know, right? I accepted it not just for the money, but I accepted it because I knew it would help me build my network. But
But too
you
cold.
you
See,
you
if you're
you
getting
like
paid personally, if you're getting paid for something, then
no, you listen to me. What you don't understand about me is I don't give a fuck. Everything is not all about money. There is a method to my madness, just like there's a method to his madness and everybody else's madness. Yeah, the money's cool, but the network, I would really appreciate the support that he says he's showing the whole XRPL community. But it seems like everything that I do, it's getting shit on and bypassed by a project that I'm supposed to be ambassador for, and it's definitely not helping me build my network. You get what I'm saying? So I don't
I I
care about
I do
you
understand what you're saying.
talking to me. You always say this shit when I talk to you privately. You're getting paid this and that. Everything's not all about fucking money. Who
Too
gives a
cold,
fuck?
but you gotta look at it from their perspective. It, it's 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 they're running a business, and
I
I've asked you
understand that.
before. I've
And what am
asked
I
you
trying to
before.
build here?
But
I'm
I've
trying to
asked you
build
before.
a
Are you? Do
fucking
you consider
network
yourself
so
part
that
of their
I can
team?
build a
And you said you
business too.
didn't. You
You
said you
get what
didn't
I'm saying?
consider
I'm
yourself
trying
part
to
of their team.
build my platform as well. I've been here for 12 fucking months. every fucking single fucking weekend. 12 fucking months. Non-stop. Every fucking weekend. So it's not all about the money, because I don't show up here every single Sunday because I'm getting fucking paid. I'm trying to grow it. And yes, I accepted the Expector ambassadorship as a business move for me because I knew it would help me grow. But it's not.
2Cold, you are the opposite of what the materialists are, because you are giving out tokens. You are not there to gain tokens. You are actually giving out tokens. So I don't think you are. By the way, 2Cold, I have a question if I can, because I saw that cool goat you have in Discord that for people can on the auction house, or what it is.
No, it's not a goat. It's a black sheep.
Oh, the black sheep-ish thing. How can you participate in the auction?
You just go in the auction room and just place a bid. You'll see a bid in there. So it started at 50 and now somebody placed a bid for 70 XRP. Just place a bid. That's all you got to do.
Sweet. So you can actually use the Discord channel as a auction house. That's cool. Nice.
Yep.
And the bidding round.
Well, Zerpaverse ain't here yet, so you just gonna have to hold on. All right, the fucking cookout starts at 11 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, sorry, 2Cold. But this.
No, not you. This guy commenting. What did I just walk into? Well, this is a 2Cold call, so it's whatever 2Cold wants to do on 2Cold's fucking platform. That's what you walked into.
So how happens if when the timer goes out? Is it the last bid right before the timer goes out in the first second that will win the auction house on the sheep?
Yeah, the auction is gonna stop on Halloween on October 31st at like 4:45 p.m. I'm gonna close the room. Nobody will be able to see the room no more, and the highest bid will win the NFT.
Sweet. Gotta keep an eye out for the auction then. Thanks so much for clearing that up to go. I love the NFT, by the way. Cool as fuck.
Yep, that's all Token Panda. Well, it looks like we might be headed upwards a little bit in the crypto street. Bitcoin just fucking popped a big ass green candle.
What? Was that like just now or?
Yeah. It fucking. I hopped in at 1932. Yeah, no, 1903. 1903. I hopped in at 1903, and it's 1944 right now. And I'm looking on the other charts as well. Everything else is popping a big green candle too. XRP fucking has a big green candle on the
Have anyone
one
heard from
hour.
that big green candle guy lately, by the way? I haven't seen him in the streets for a while.
Wait, say it again.
No, I was just wondering if any one of you guys have heard from that huge green candle guy. I haven't seen him around the crypto streets lately for a while, if you know who I mean.
Oh, that green candle dude? No, I don't know. I haven't seen him around either for a while.
He would have liked this copy as well.
I think he was moving to Japan or something.
Japan, actually. Nice.
So he might be transitioning over there.
Yeah. Maybe he went to get some cosplay costume. They can go in Japan. They are into things like that over there.
I have to watch this fucking chart now because I'm not about to be stuck in this big.
And by the way, what is that allow list thing you have put up for the scholar
Did you
project?
read the roadmap?
No, I haven't. I have been cleaning the
Okay,
house all day, so but I can read it. I'm just wondering what it was.
it's exactly what I DM'd everybody I sent it to. There's 200 spots, and all the details of the allow list are in the roadmap. So we gotta wait for Nunks to get here, and then probably in about 30 minutes everybody's gonna leave out of here. So we'll probably this is this is probably gonna be a very short Chinga Madeira. We can do the giveaways later. Maybe I'll talk to them and maybe the giveaways could be rolled over for the 24-hour call. I mean, if I have a 24-hour call, who knows? Somebody else might steal that thunder too.
So next Sunday on this time, I guess you have the 24. Are you gonna replace the cookout next week for the 24-hour countdown to the XLS
Yeah,
kickoff?
if the clock continues to hold up until right before, even if it doesn't, because I haven't scheduled no guests because of the anticipation of XLS 20 going live. Um, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, I will put up a space call on Sunday because XLS 20 is supposed to go live on Monday around 4:30 p.m. Eastern or 4:45 p.m. Eastern.
Sweet, sweet. That will be a long call. It'll be funny to see if you can do it without sleep.
Well, even if I do go to sleep, oh well, there will be co-hosts that can bring people up and keep everything entertained and whatnot.
Tukol, do you know Altar of Ego, Andy?
What?
Do you know Altar of Ego, Andy?
Alter ego what?
Alter of Ego. Do you know him?
I see his page, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I was just in a space yesterday. Just wondered if you know who it was.
No, you got me, Nunks, with that fucking hand. I was like, oh, but he's a listener. He can't even speak yet.
Hey, what's going on, room? What's going on, ladies?
What's up, what's up, what's up, James?
It's a Sunday. Just looking to get some barbecue.
Yep,
Hey,
yep, yep.
how are you guys doing today?
All right, a little bit irritated right now, but other than that, it is uh just a typical Sunday.
Oh, you're irritated.
Doing
What's
great.
going on?
Huh?
I said I today. So what's why are you irritated? What's up? No.
What? Yeah, no. Well, this probably won't be a very long cookout, because everybody's probably gonna leave here in 30 minutes to go to this unexpected expectar call.
Oh, okay. All good. Oh, like I said, what's going on?
No,
What's
it's just it's just some irritating things that I've been noticing as somebody who's supposed to be ambassador of this project, and it's, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird things.
Well, you've always been in this space for a long time, and the best thing to do in a lot of these situations, I don't know what it is, but talking it out, right? I mean, that's one thing you've been known for, is keeping it real. So I'm sure whatever it
And
is.
that's the irritating thing is I've DM'd Dirk for over 2 weeks trying to talk to him, and he's so busy that he has no time to communicate. So
Oh, one of those situations. I get it. Getting ghosted on trying to work with people. I get it. Well,
yeah.
listen. Like I said, if you need to talk to somebody about that kind of crap, I'm here, man. Because like I said, being in this space for as long as I have, this is just part of the process. Especially being an artist and trying to do art and work with, collab with people and stuff. You, yeah, you find out like, uh, who your real friends are. And I've always learned, like, when the worst stuff happens to you, the people that like show up and like still talk to you, like those are always the people I remember, is the ones that, like, when you get, I've said this before in your space, anybody can be your friend when you're up, right? When you're balling, you got all the dough and you can fly around, and you drive all this with your cars and the money and all this stuff, and be able to go out and go to all the expos and stuff. And then when you're down, like, people are like, the people that come around that just like you, that love you. I mean, that's so important nowadays, right? With all the stuff going on, because I think it's just overstimuli, right? Like, people aren't getting out and like touching the grass, right? They're not like going out to a park or something, or the beach or the mountains, and listen to a bird, or like, shit like that, right? You're just like, got your shit in the screen, right? Watching the TV, listening to Twitter, right? And sometimes just sitting in a freaking lawn chair, man, and staring at like a tree might help or shit. Like figure out what your local squirrel's doing. You know what I mean? Like I know it's corny and all, but for me, it's kind of cool to disconnect just once in a blue moon and stuff, and get some love from Mother Nature, right? But anyway,
Yep.
let's turn this frown around. At least while I'm in the room, then y'all can get back doing your thing. But if I'm going to be here, man, I'm going to have a little bit of fun. Because if you
Yeah,
guys want, yeah,
let's get this thing started. So
you bet.
it's the weekly cookout. You already know how we do. It's the Sunday XRPL cookout. We got our guests Zerpaverse and Xnunks in the house. Gonna be sharing their projects that they got on going on the Xrp Ledger. So before we get started, we're gonna set the mood like we always do, and catch this vibe. Um, and we do got some live trivia giveaways going on, but that might get rolled over here to the 24-hour call. We'll see what happens within the next 30 minutes to an hour, right? Because I'm not expecting this to be a very big call.
Oh, you know what?
But
You know what? Sorry. Yeah, too cold. You know what? That's cool with me on the giveaways. We'll just do the big giveaway on because I can feel the vibe right now, so it's all good, man. And we'll do those giveaways and all that good stuff.
Where we keep it real raw. Oh, sorry, I was trying to set the thing up. Yeah, no, we'll see how this plays out. But in case we do, we can just roll it over. I'll talk with Zerpaverse as well. But I do expect once that other call goes up that this room will probably get empty. Um, so with that being said, let's get this thing started and let us start this thing out with the 2Cold theme song to get this cookout here started, and then we're gonna roll right into it with Zerpaverse and Xnunks. And that hand is really fucking me up, James.
Which
I'll walk in. Your hand raised on your profile picture.
Oh, I switched it out for the show, man. I put the Xnunks up. But yeah, that's kind of funny. A friend of mine started doing that yesterday.
Baby on point when I walk through the mall. If I'm the hero, I'll answer the call. People change, you wanna change. I stay the same, I got the whole team lit. Everybody asking where I'm at. Even when it rain, I stay the same, See like the feeling when I get it fit. Ain't fuck with the bullshit, I keep it legit. It started on Twitter, my crypto vision. Saw this XR Doge, I was like, what is it? Saw 2Cold's space at the top, I was like, let's get it. And when I first heard her talk, I thought she was a nigga. She ended up being my nigga. I told her I was a musician, and I could make that XR Doge, whoa, hit. And that's just what I did. Chillin' shit was lit. And every time my songs came on, she represent. Whoever needed help with XRP, she consent. She was the XR Doge ambassador for a minute. You know that every success story comes a friend that always turn they back, bro. Hoe and bro, bitch, that's what they is. I'm in my lane. So many people, they plotting my fall. I got the power to take through it all. Hurricane, up in my chain. Baby on point when I walk through the mall. If I'm the hero, I'll answer the call. People change, you wanna change. I stay the same, I got the whole team lit. Everybody asking where I'm at. Even when it rain, I stay the same, See like the feeling when I get it fit. Ain't fuck with the bullshit, I keep it legit. XRP Ledger, shawty is a blessing. She'll bring hell to your ass, but she really came from heaven. XRP reppin', yeah, we up like 7. She was out for 2 weeks, came back with a few treats. One of them was FKM, so we went back in. X sticks, limb for limb, surgically dissected, wiped out the infection. Warm up the grill, cook out, we resurrected. I'm talking Uncle Neil, X-rated, Becky Coin, the ocean's wavy. Sonar Muse, Magneto. A bro hoe get in my way, we letting off a torpedo. Triangular trapping so hard, I might rock a Speedo. New York ranging to the West Coast, just call me Revo. But I'm from the South Side, new version of CeeLo. This is 2Cold's song, whoa, 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 my people.
Only a fan vibe on this ride, learning, laughing, and talking that shit. Not worried about no one else. I stay in my lane. I ain't worried about the numbers, the fortune, or the fame. Cause I ain't a lame. The sun big enough for everybody to shine. Just respect my shine when you see it's my time. It's my time. It's my time.
She ended up being my nigga. I told her I was a musician, and I can make that XR dose. Whoa, 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 with hit. Xrp Ledger. Shawty is a blessing. She'll bring hell to your ass, but she really came from heaven. And every time my songs came on, she represent. Whoever needed help with XRP, she consent. She was the XR Doge ambassador for a minute. You know that every success story comes a friend that always turn their back, bro. Hoeing, bro, bitch, that's what they is.
Hey, so that is how we get these cookout things started here. So we do got Zerpaverse and Xnunks in the house, right? Um, majority of everybody in here knows who James is, right? Xnunks. So, uh, I'm not saying that, we're just going to shun him to the side, but everybody has not heard from Zerpaverse, right? I'm interested to know what's going on with Zerpaverse. So let's start this thing out with Zerpaverse, and they are also in the UK, so I think it is pretty late for them that way as well. So, let's get this thing started with Zerpaverse. So Zerpaverse, go ahead and let us know what it is you got going on the Xrp Ledger.
What's going on, everyone? Thanks again for having us on today. This is, again, Dan from Zerpaverse. Founded the project, currently the CEO, working on it, building it out. So essentially, this past year, I wanted to set out to kind of provide a source of passive income for people to, just kind of sit back and collect money. Basically, the huge phase of this year was all about creating passive income, making money, sitting at home doing nothing, and getting that income coming into you for, again, doing nothing. So knowing that metaverses are a huge part of everybody's future, I wanted to kind of pave way into that market, and just innovate and be kind of unique in this space. So what we're doing at Zerpaverse is a few different things that we're going to be promoting and talking about. And again, we are building on the XRP Ledger, which is pretty awesome. So I've been in the Xrp community for just about 5 years at this point. And once XLS 20 comes out, it's going to be pretty exciting for the ledger. So we're pretty stoked to be a part of, the next phase with NFTs on the ledger. So our whole thing with Zerpaverse and being a metaverse is to have people buy our properties, as we call them, as NFTs. And once they own an NFT, they're just going to collect from the rewards pool, essentially, that we'll have. So basically, anything within Zerpaverse, anytime a user comes in and spends money on everything, um, most of that money is going to go back to the people who own the properties. So they'll be paid their passive income just for holding that property. Now, we're going to have a lot of different types of revenue sources within Zerpaverse. We have two main revenue sources that we're looking to spearhead to start our metaverse at. And one of them is going to be a casino. So we're looking to be fully licensed for a casino. And we're going to have different options for our casino as well, where we're looking into exploring fiat gambling as well as crypto gambling. And we're exploring sportsbook options too. So basically, anybody who owns an NFT property, if you want to think about it this way, you're essentially part owner in the casino that we're going to have in Zerpaverse. Now, hinted in our Discord this past week was that there's also going to be a P2E casino. So we're going to have a regular old gambling casino and a play to earn type of casino, which is going to be structured a little bit differently. So that's one main pillar of a variety of revenue sources that, again, we plan to have, because we all know that in a metaverse, there's going to be a lot of different things that users can come in and do and play and spend and interact. So definitely casino is going to be one of the main ones. And then the other thing that we're looking at is an education hub. So traditionally, a lot of people in this space right now think about an education hub where people are, offering different classes and services. Maybe it's a TA course, maybe it's a whatever. But my personal background is in traditional education. I taught mathematics in New York City for over 8 years. Um, so I want to integrate into our metaverse as well is more of a traditional form of education where we can kind of link tutors to students, have a hub through that, and then eventually build the first ever metaverse school where we can have full-time staff and students through that as well. So that's just going to be another main kind of unique aspect of our project, which is going to, again, fuel our revenue pool amongst a variety of other different types of revenue sources. So in Zerpaverse, there's also something kind of unique that's a little bit different than most other metaverses, and that is our decision to not use a native cryptocurrency. So most metaverses have their own currency for users to spend. We're kind of trying to use USDC through the Xrpl DEX as our main stable native currency to use. This kind of helps us, bridge the gap between crypto users and non-crypto users, because we want to kind of offer something that's kind of stable and easy to do. Um, so if a user comes in and they want to, I don't know, gamble or spend in some in the shops in Zerpaverse, they can use USDC. It's easy, it's stable. They don't have to worry about changing their currency into a volatile currency and changing back, having to worry about all those taxes. But just kind of keeping things in stable values is something that we're focusing on, as well as offering XRP as a payment because it is on the XRP ledger, and we do want to offer utility back into the ledger by giving XRP an option as a payment. And then eventually something cool that we're looking into is we're going to be offering other XRPL tokens as payments when they have sufficient liquidity. So they would need to have a certain order book depth. There would need to be certain volumes. The spreads would need to be tight. All these different factors. But eventually, if an XRPL token is liquid enough, it would be able to be accepted in Zerpaverse as a payment option. And then on top of that, we're going to be looking into all different other types of cryptocurrencies to be paid as well. Because one of our missions in Zerpaverse is to really have no limits or boundaries onto who our users are. So we want to just kind of have access for all, basically. So just that's a couple little things, important things, unique things about Zerpaverse. So I think we should just start with that.
Okay, so my first question, and if anybody has questions, you already know, just hit the request button or type it into the chat box right there on the right hand side if you can't get to the mic. So my first question is Zerpaverse, right? Because I was a bit confused because there was a project called Zerpcraft. So where did you come up with Zerpaverse? And then, so when I say there was a project called Zerpcraft, it was through the Minecraft server, and it had to shut down because of what Minecraft put out as far as not allowing blockchain projects and servers to utilize selling crypto, anything to do with blockchain through their not unique, through their servers that they end up building out from scratch, right? So that's why Zerpcraft shut down. So where is Zerpaverse going to be? Where is it going to be built on? And how can that be will that be prevented like what happened with Zerpcraft?
Yeah, so we did actually hear about the Zerpcraft situation, which was very unfortunate. Um, really disappointing to hear about that. But yeah, we came up with the name Zerpaverse just because, in 2017, I found myself on XRP chat hearing the word Zerp. I was confused at first. I didn't realize that people would refer to as an XRP pronounced as a Zerp. So I was just thinking if it's an XRP Ledger metaverse, Zerpaverse to me just made sense. I didn't even know about Zerpcraft at the time that I named it as Zerpaverse, and then became familiar with that project later on. But that project, Zerpcraft, yeah, they were building on Minecraft and utilizing that, but that's not our mission for Zerpaverse. We're actually going to be looking to do, Unreal Engine type quality graphics. We wanted to steer away from, the Minecrafty or the Roblox type of situations. We wanted to kind of build more realistic, futuristic type design because we aim to be a metaverse that will be around a long time, and we want to kind of project ourselves into the future.
Okay, and then so Unreal Engine is where you guys are going to be building from. So with so since you guys are not deploying a token, right, which a lot of projects that are building um metaverses on the XRP ledger have done, how how are you guys funding the build, and how far and what is the timeline of when Zerpaverse will be ready to go?
Right. So originally, we set out and spoke to a couple angel investors. They wanted, a huge portion of things. So the funding is mostly coming through the NFT sales, which is why the revenue pool is going back to the NFT holders. And again, before I mentioned that we were going to spearhead the casinos and the education hub, and with our rollout of the project and our phases and our map, our roadmap, we kind of plan to, do a little bit of soft launches here and there. So we're gonna originally, or I should say initially, get up our casino, have that all set up, and that's going to be launched first. So that means that people are going to be able to come in and just utilize that portion of Zerpaverse and use that for gambling, because that will bring in revenue back to the NFT property owners as well. And after NFT sales, the casino can be open in 6 months to 12 months, and then again we're going to have multiple phase rollouts, and I would expect full launch to be within 2 years or so. A lot of variables on that, but let's just go with 2 years for now.
Okay, and then as far as the casino goes and whatnot, so are you guys, is Zerpaverse a registered business? Are the is the casino play gonna be legitimate? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
So everything we're
yeah.
looking to do is going to be legally sound. So right now we have our LLC that's being set up. So we have a company behind Zerpaverse, and then that company is going to be utilizing a white label casino solution through Curacao, and that will have that'll be legally licensed as well.
Okay. Are you worried about the aspect of it might be considered a security?
So that's always been a common discussion, and there's always some worried about that. But we're not touching the United States market with registering our company. So it's going to be done outside of the U.S. And we're hoping that with the avenues that we've been exploring, we're going to be legally protected through different types of licenses we're looking to get.
Um, okay, and then how about anybody else down there got any questions for Zerpaverse? So the land purchases will be considered those will be NFTs,
Correct.
right? Okay. All right, let's go to Wolf of God before I keep going. Go ahead, Wolf of God.
Hi, thanks for letting me speak to Cole. I'm just wondering, suppose is the end goal of the Zerpaverse, is it like to make a universe that is like basically as much as possible realistic to the real world, and how will you like maneuver and move around in the Zerpaverse with your VR gloves on? Will you like have a mouse and keyboard or things like that?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So, again, I talked about a little bit earlier how I want there to be like no limits and no boundaries for Zerpaverse. So, our plan is really to have a couple different forms of utilizing Zerpaverse. So, we call that like our 2D and our 3D ways through browser and VR based. VR based will come later on. They'll take a little bit more coding, but yeah, anybody can have access to getting into Zerpaverse through their browser. So that would be your 2D through web browser, but you can also go through the 2D web browser into Zerpaverse as a 3D character. So yeah, you'd be using your keyboard and mouse to be walking around through that. Now, again, in Zerpaverse, there's going to be a lot of different revenue sources, different things to spend on and use, and games, and all these different features. So we plan to have a lot of those, most of those features offered as well in a 2D format. So let me just kind of describe like the casino first. So the casino in Zerpaverse, you can go into it VR, 3D, gamble, do all of that. You can also go into the casino through your browser. So you don't need that whole VR kit. You can do it through your keyboard, through your mouse. You go in and you gamble through that. Now, there's also the third way, which is more of the 2D browser-based way. So I kind of want to describe it as more of a traditional way where people, just go on a website and then they can do things. So if you were to go onto a gambling website and you were to just gamble like you would right now, not in a metaverse, we're going to have that option as well. So basically, again, it's to have all these different options so we can acquire and keep as many users as possible, driving as much revenue into Zerpaverse.
Okay, anybody else got any questions right now for Zerpaverse?
Hey, hey, hey! Actually, I do too, Cole. I got a quick question. Hey,
Yeah, go ahead.
so back like 10 years ago or something, we used to play online poker, right? Before
Yes.
they shut that stuff down. And me and my buddies, like I'd have like one or two friends in the room, but we didn't know we were playing against bots, right? So are you guys are you guys doing like just slots, or are you doing cards? What are you guys up to?
So it's going to be.
Oh, and I'm not the feds, by the way. I'm just an artist. Just really, I'm curious because I love to gamble, so I really want to know.
I feel like crypto brings in a lot of the gambling folks into the space here, but yeah, no, that's a good question. We're going to be doing that white label casino solution that I mentioned earlier, so that gives access to like every single type of game. I don't expect the poker games to have bots, but yeah, it's going to be like blackjack. You can do live dealer, you can do regular dealer, um, roulette, like all the table games, and of course, like tons of different slot options.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, thanks. Because it's always nice to know like what you're up against, right? Because as we all know, you can't beat a computer, man. Like we try, but it's all good, man. So thanks for that. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay. Anybody else got any more questions? Again, if you can't get to the mic, just go ahead and type it into the chat box right there. Um, so now the land. So how is that gonna work? How big is the land, and what's gonna be the starting price point?
Right. So we took a different take on the whole land issue with having the metaverse land. I'm sure most people are familiar with Decentraland and all of that. You buy your property, you build on it, and you drive your revenue. Again, part of our whole mission here was to create passive income for people and them not to work. So the land that people are buying, they're buying a property. So they're buying a house in Zerpaverse, basically. So they'll buy their NFT house. It'll be a 3D picture of the house that they own in Zerpaverse as an NFT. They can visit that house in Zerpaverse. We're going to do some certain features that will be allowed within that house for people to, get creative and be unique about it. But again, it's not really like they're getting properties to build their own things on. It's more of you buy that property, it exists in Zerpaverse, and you're going to be allowed money from the revenue pool just for holding.
Okay. What else? Anybody else got any questions for Zerpaverse?
I got another one. Hey, so obviously 2Cold's just brought up the fact that we were all in Zerpcraft, where we would go in and we would build. We could actually build stuff, right, on our
Right.
own. And are you guys allowing that? Because or is it going to be like we go on Zillow and we buy like a certain house or something?
So we didn't announce it yet, but I'll drop a little sneak here, I guess. The main 8,000 properties are not going to be like that on our main island, which you can view in our white paper, which is the main hub of all the activities and things that our team is going to be building to drive revenue, again, for the people that own those NFT properties. But I haven't mentioned it yet. There's going to be another island that will be existing, which will be more of those features where people can own that land, build their own revenue, and you'll be able to fast travel back and forth from our island to that island as well. So yeah, that will be an option, and there will be opportunity for that as well.
And the second one is, are you going to have opportunities for marketplaces? One of our biggest letdowns for Zerpcraft was we were going to build galleries in there. Since I'm an artist and sell NFTs, we were going to have a gallery, and people could show up, right, Friday night, a cookout, and then roll into the space, pull an NFT off the gallery wall, put it in their wallet. Is there going to be any retail opportunities for
Yeah,
something
so
like that may help artists?
Yeah, so we do have we call it the shop section, but it's really just the e-commerce type of section where we'll have things like that exist. We also have our convention center and our media center as well, which are going to be basically like hangout places where people can go interact and do things like you mentioned. So yeah, there'll be that type of opportunity as well.
Great, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks for the questions.
By the way, Xnunks, I love your the new nunk with the raising hand. I really love it.
Thanks, Wolf. That's on a friend of mine did that, Mike3, and he made a bot so you can go to his his Twitter account, and you can just put any JPEG in there, and it'll automatically put that on and send you the file, so you can add it to yours too. Anyway, we're just having a bunch of fun, man. That's for sure.
Sweet, have to check it out. By the way, Zerpaverse, I have another question, because I was watching one of your videos, Sarah, a while ago, and you said that you could rent yachts and things like that. I'm just wondering, can you go gambling, or is there any casinos inside there as well?
So the yachts are personal yachts. There won't be casinos in the yachts, but that is something that we'll be looking into if we can move casino functions or table games into the yachts, because it would be really cool to be able to rent a yacht for a party or for a meeting or whatever you want to do, and then to have those features available on the yacht would be pretty cool. So I'm not going to say no or yes, but it's definitely something that leave the door open to and see if we can acquire that, because I think that would be a really cool feature to have, to be able to gamble on the yachts. But again, the yachts are more of a personal NFT collection that people are going to own. It's going to be just like the houses where you have a 3D NFT of the yacht as well as the yacht existing in Zerpaverse. And then again, as you mentioned, they're rentable, so people can, pick a yacht that they want to rent and take that out for the day or for the hour or whatever it may be. But no, that's a really cool idea to see if we can integrate the casino into like a yacht feature, because I've been on cruise ships before, and that's something I always do too, is go check out the casino on the cruise ship, which is pretty cool. Yeah, great question. Thanks.
Sweet. No, thanks to you, Xrpl. It's nice that you can like rent yachts and things like that for those that can't afford a whole one. So nice. I'm looking forward to see how it will play out. Thanks again.
Thanks.
And then what was I gonna ask about the oh, so since it is being built on Unreal Engine and whatnot, would people be able to bring, say, if they had 3D NFTs from other projects, would that be able to be implemented into your metaverse?
That is something we're currently exploring right now. We have talked to a few other NFT projects that are interested in having their NFTs as avatars in our metaverse. So yeah, it's definitely something that we're exploring. I think that would be a really cool feature to have, if it's doable.
Okay, so that doesn't just go for avatars. Like if project was selling like clothes or whatever, accessory shoes or this or that, that would be able to be taken into the Zerpaverse.
That should be. We do have our whole clothing design aspect of our avatars that is in our white paper currently that people can go read about. So again, there's going to be just default type of clothing that people can choose from and create their custom avatar, and then beyond that as well, there's going to be additional types of items that they can purchase and then use as well.
Okay. What else? You went over a art gallery, went over the land, the casino. Now how about like the shops? So when you say be able to buy stuff, like do you already have partnerships with like small businesses or things that will be going on in there? Like how are the shops and whatnot gonna work?
Yeah, so it's essentially just a giant e-commerce section where we have a few. We're in talks with a few projects about, bringing in their type of shop or business in and having that sit in that section for people to, explore and maybe buy things from. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of different opportunities for that within that section. So I think that's going to be pretty cool to have. And again, we want this project to be, just like a huge hub, not only for like the XRP Ledger projects, which we would love to have. We've been speaking with a lot of different ones throughout the past couple months. But beyond that as well, we want to just make this an ultimate hub where people can go and, get new experiences and shop and check out businesses and things like that.
Okay, and then what's going to be ready when XLS20 deploys? What is Zerpaverse going to be putting out on the ledger once XLS20 goes live?
We are not minting anything when XLS20 goes live yet. We are not at that point right now in this project. We are a little bit behind XLS20. We didn't anticipate it to come as soon as it did. So we're kind of just going to be building behind the scenes right now as XLS20 is released, and just, being supportive of all the projects and everybody who are launching on that next week, and just kind of seeing how things go. And we'll be catching up, and we'll be on there soon enough.
Okay. Anybody else got any questions right now for Zerpaverse? As they said, they're going to be a metaverse on the XRP Ledger. They're not launching a token, and they are also not going to be launching any NFTs like as soon as possible. So they're going to continue to be building and whatnot before they start putting things on the market for sale. So I think that that's a positive look because that's definitely a different approach than a lot of uh quote unquote metaverse projects that are launching on the XRP ledger, right? So I think that that's good at least.
Yeah, that's the thing about us too, is we're trying to do things a little bit differently just to give different users different experiences. And we think and we hope that it'll work out well for us.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty positive. And so again, you guys are a registered business. You guys are going to play by all the rules, and as far as the US goes, you're not going to touch this territory and sell, I mean, not sell, but register everything accordingly, casinos and whatnot, in places where everything that you're bringing to your project to be legal.
That is correct. We're operating legally outside of the United States.
That sounds cool. So nobody else has any questions at this point. I don't think I got any more questions. And then also, if you got anything more to add, there is no time limit here, so you could go ahead and keep rolling if you want. I know you stopped a little while ago and said, let's take some questions at this point. So if you want to continue on and got anything else.
Yeah, I mean, it would be great to see some people jump in our Discord, check us out. We have our website up, Zerpaverse.com, so you can go view that. You mentioned a little bit earlier, which I guess we should just get back to quick, is the pricing on the NFTs. So again, there's going to be 8,000 of these properties that will share in the revenue pool, as I described earlier. The first round of our NFT sales, when we get to it, again, it's not going to be next week when XLS 20 goes live, but we're going to be first selling half of the properties, which is going to be 4,000 of the properties. They're going to be going for $500 per property with no limit on how many people can buy. And that's going to be our first round, which our first round is going to be the cheapest round. And then we're going to be doing two other rounds over time, which will be 2,000 NFTs and 2,000 NFTs to again get to that total of 8,000. So that first round will be again $500. Right now, we have been talking about our whitelist guarantee spots in Discord and a little bit on Twitter as well. So what these whitelist guarantee spots, we call them WLG spots. Anybody who gets that spot will be able to mint up to 5 Zerpaverse properties before the public mint starts, because again, there's no limit on how many properties people can mint. So we want to ensure that some of our important community members get that chance to buy their properties prior to public mint. So there's no competition there. But again, just come visit us on Discord, follow us on Twitter, check out our website and see what we're all about. We're going to be dropping over the next couple of weeks a couple of additional slides that are going to be going into our white paper version 2. So don't be sure not to miss those coming up. And yeah, and it was great coming on today, and thanks again for bringing us on and having us here.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, most def. We got Space Op right here. Go ahead, my guy.
Hey, thanks, 2Cold. Hey, Zerpaverse. I
What's
did
up?
have a question. Two things that I did hear. One, I didn't know the bots were part of the poker tournament. is that going to be a regular in the casino? That's the first question. The second one also, with you being U.S. based, how is this being run outside of the U.S. to make sure everything's being done legit and legal?
Right. So for the first question, again, the whole bot thing was brought up by Xnunk, and he was just kind of talking about an anecdote from back in the day where he would play poker with his friends, and there would be bots in the game and whatnot. There were no bots in the game that we set up a couple weeks ago, so don't worry about that. And again, when we're doing tournaments and gambling in Zerpaverse, it's all through white label solutions, so everything is going to be legit. And then the other question, what was the other question again?
It was just about being in the U.S. but running some of the stuff
Right,
outside of the U.S.
right. So we have lawyers, and they are operating us through a certain country, and everything's going to be done through that. We're going to have physical address and everything there as well. So yeah, so it's all going to be making sure that we do things the right way, because we do aim to be here long term and to innovate on the forefront of things here. So yeah, everything we do is going to be to make sure that we are protected as well as everybody else is protected.
Okay. No, I jumped in at one point and heard the stuff about the bots, and then you talking just about the U.S. So that makes things seem a little bit better. Appreciate
No
the
worries,
answers.
totally understandable.
Oh, I have a question for the Learning Hub. Thanks, Space Up, for those questions. Oh, you got another? Do you got any more, Space Up?
No, I'm good. I appreciate it. 2Cold.
Yep, no problem. So as far as the education, because since you said that it is your profession, where your background is from, and that you want to create a real learning environment. So with the people, with the education hub, are you going to be? Is it going to be like real accredited teachers? Like how is that part going to play out?
Absolutely. So we're again going to start first by looking to build out more of a tutoring hub, because that will stand long term aside from just like the regular day-to-day schooling, and can drive massive revenue. It's a huge market we're looking to tap into, where essentially we're going to be linking students with tutors all around the world, different grades, different subjects, all of that. And yeah, the tutors will need to be vetted. They'll need to be legit. So we'll have a system in place to make sure that happens. And then as well as when we lead into our full-time metaverse school, yeah, everything again will need to be legit, licensed, legal, accredited, all of that. We want everything that we do to be entirely legitimate, so that there's no issues, and we can continue to succeeding, providing a cool environment for people to go and use, and then as well as for the NFT property owners that are looking to get that passive income, you know. So yeah, everything's going to be done the right way.
Okay. And then would those tutors be setting out their own pricing, or would you guys like are you guys hiring the tutors and they're being paid through you guys? Like how's that going to work?
Right. So what makes sense to me is to do tutoring based on a couple different things, because some tutors where I live, they make $100 an hour. Like it's a little bit crazy over here. I'm just outside of New York City, and some of the tutors like clean up really well, but to try to charge $100 for everybody is a bit unrealistic, because there are people who are super low income, don't have access to $100 for an hour of tutoring, can maybe afford $20. So we're going to kind of have like a tiered type of situation where, based on different tutors and their experiences and what they are looking to get, they're kind of going to be setting prices through that, and we'll be monitoring it and kind of steering them in the right direction. We'll have some say in that as well. But we want to have different options for people. Some affordable ones, maybe there's somebody who's looking for a really, well-experienced certified tutor who has been teaching for 30 years, and maybe somebody wants to pay a little bit more money for them. We want that to be offered as well. So having things like that in place are kind of super important for the tutoring hubs, so that there's access for all, which we believe to be super important. And yeah, and Zerpaverse plans to take a cut of each hour of the tutoring. We take a percentage of that, and then that will go back to the people who own the NFT properties.
Okay. Go ahead, doctor. Doctor, that's you.
Sorry, I was in the midst of switching from Bluetooth to phone.
Oh, okay.
So my question is I was just wondering more so about funding. Are you guys VC funded? Are you funding yourself personally? How are you guys coming upon the value to create everything you're doing?
Right. So we mentioned that a little bit earlier. I'm not sure if you were here for that, but we did seek some angel investors and some VC investors. They wanted to take too much of everything, and we wanted to kind of build this project for the people, to provide passive income for the common person. So we decided not to go that route. And again, it's going to be through, the NFT properties that will be bought, and then through focusing on getting the casino up first and having that main revenue source coming in, that will also give us another pillar of income that will help us continue to build this out for the people. So yeah, we decided to go against that route just because they wanted to take too much of everything, basically.
I hear you. So the NFTs would be land inside the metaverse, right?
Correct.
So where are you getting the funding in the sense to build that metaverse?
Right.
Like,
So we have some strategic
hosted.
partnerships right now, that are kind of being developed, which are not really tapping into any of those NFT property funds. So some of that stuff's just being done aside with different little strategic partnerships that we have that down the road we're going to try to integrate and do things for and help out and things like that. And some are from some friendships as well. So we have a lot of different features and things like that that are going to be helping as well.
Awesome. And when you guys go to sell the land in the metaverse, are you guys going to register with the SEC for that, or going to have it as an open sale for everyone?
No, so it's going to be open sale again. We're not operating in America, so we're not dealing with the SEC.
Well, I just be precautious, right? Because as soon as you have American investors and American dollars in there, or U.S. Treasury can get involved, and that is part of the SEC is part of that, unfortunately.
No, I do get that, and the place that we are looking to has a special type of license, that we're going to be acquiring, so that's going to be taking care of that aspect of things.
Thank you for answering my questions.
Thank you.
All right, yeah, perfect. Thanks, Dr. And then I had another question also about the damn, where was I gonna go with that? Was it about the tutoring? Oh, so with the tutoring and school, so so the tutoring, is it gonna be on any type of subject? So not specifically crypto and blockchain and NFTs, right? Like it could be tutoring on any type of thing. Like give
Right.
examples of what will be in there.
So the way to look at it is there's really two type of educational things that will exist in Zerpaverse. The tutoring one that I was talking about before is more like K through 12 type learning. Like a student who's in sixth grade math might have a question, need a tutor, and would select math, their grade level, be linked up with the tutor through that. But we're also going to be having an education hub that's a little bit different than that, which is not really, I wouldn't say tutoring, but it's going to be kind of like events, where people can request a room, and be able to, get their user base, and then have a lesson on whatever they want. Maybe it's a TA course. I don't know. It could be anything. It could be basically there's the K through 12, and then there's anything outside of it. So we'll have both of those features as well.
Okay, so the events type of education, so that could be anybody who's not a, I guess accredited, right? So you got a lot of YouTubers who are quote unquote TA specialists and this and that. So would they be able to host those type of events, or it's
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. That's exactly the type of thing that would be for them. They'd be able to, go onto the website, say they want to host a class from, I don't know, 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern on December 15th, whatever, select a certain date and time. They would get a code, and they can kind of do this like two different ways, is how I see it. Is they can do it through a free course where everybody can just come in and listen and join the course, and they could do it for a paid. So if it's a paid course, then they would get like a special one-time code that works for them, that allows them to enter that space, and then they would go from there. So yeah.
I'm just wondering, real quick, wasn't it the Zerpaverse project that was planning to like immortalize some
Yes, that
Twitter
is
accounts
us.
somehow?
That is us. So if you guys don't know, the immortalization thing is basically the street names in Zerpaverse. So if anybody participated in that immortalization giveaway that was run by Mr. Use Case account, that means that all those people are going to be literally the names of the properties. So, or of the streets. So if somebody owns a property, an NFT, it might be on 32, and then their Twitter handle, whoever participated, street, and that'll be existing in Zerpaverse as a street, and then as well on the address, the corresponding address on the NFT.
Sweet, that's cool. Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah.
okay. Anybody else got any questions for Zerpaverse right now? Um, they are uh, they are sponsoring a giveaway here today, which is, if you guys don't know, we do live trivia here. So basically, while being in this space called Learn to Earn type of thing, every single Sunday, we do it. For the most part, the projects that do come to speak to us, they do, most of them, 90% of them, do like to give back to the community as well, and educating and making sure we put these winnings in real people's hands. We like to do the giveaways a little different, right? It's not because your profile picture looks good, and it's not because you followed either of us, but it is because you are here and you're interested enough to have done a little bit of research while you've been in here listening, or just from hearing what has been said. And we do the giveaways live on the air by doing live trivia, right? So they're going to be sponsoring 3 giveaways. You want to let them know what it is you're giving away, Zerpaverse?
Yeah, so we're giving away one of our Zerpaverse properties. Again, that's one of the 8,000 NFTs that share from the revenue pool. And then we're giving away two of our, as I mentioned before, WLG, or whitelist guarantee spots.
All right. And in case you missed it, that one Zerpaverse property is going to be, when they do launch their NFTs and put their properties up for sale, that is going to be valued at 500 USD. And the whitelist guarantee spot, you want to go over again what that guarantees them? Zerpaverse? Oh, he got rugged. Um, so I was saying, do you want to go over again what the whitelist guarantee spot guarantees
Right.
them?
So the whitelist guarantee spot again, that allows people to mint up to 5 Zerpaverse properties prior to the public mint that will happen. We're thinking 24 to 48 hours after that, just as a way to make sure that people are able to, active community members can actually get their properties that they want, because our public mint will have no mint limit. So anybody can come in and scoop up as many as they want through that, but it's just a way to guarantee that some of our most trusted community members do get in prior to that.
All right, so that is what is up for grabs. So I hope you guys been paying attention, and if not, I hope you guys are digging around the website or white paper right now, because we will be getting into the live trivia here in a bit. Um, so if nobody else has any further questions for Zerpaverse, I think I'm good on my end. Unless you have anything else you want to add, Zerpaverse.
I think we're good for now, but again, just wanted to say thanks for having us here and good luck to the people for the giveaway wins.
Yes, yes. And in case you do have to head out of here before we get done, right? I just want to, excuse me, I just want to thank you for pulling up to the Sunday cookout and sharing your project with us, and educating us about it, letting us know what you are bringing to the XRP Ledger, and for sponsoring the live trivia giveaway. We truly appreciate it. And again, another congrats to you as far as building out and not launching any tokens right away, and not taking your time once XLS 20 goes live, and not putting out no NFTs like very very immediately, right? So that does, for me personally, that does go to show that you're not out here for a money grab, right? You are really going to try to build as much as you can on your own funds at first, and then when the time is right for you, that you'll be coming out, putting things on the market. So, and the fact that you don't have your own token, period, for your metaverse, right? That's a lot different than what we see going on with a lot of projects that have um, metaverses coming to the XRPL. Because yeah, right, we should be utilizing XRP as much as possible and making the entry into blockchain and these metaverses very easy for people entering, right? People who don't know anything about cryptocurrency or about blockchain or about, the blockchain that it's on. And by you accepting USDC, that is a bit different than what we've been hearing throughout, these calls throughout all this time. So shout out to you and congrats.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yes, yes. Um, so with that being said, we have sat here for a while. We've got some good information from Zerpaverse. We got James, who is a independent artist known as Xnunks, right? But before we get into it with James, let's go ahead and set this vibe real quick, reset the room, and kick back for a little bit, right? And listen to so I have my own project as well called Astute Scholars, all right. um the I as the song is playing, I'll put the information up on the jumbotron. But Astute Scholars also, I like to help educate through music as well. So if you don't know anything about Astute Scholars, you'll learn a little bit of something by listening to this song. And I just like to vibe out. And the music that is played throughout the cookouts every single Sunday it is brought to you by our guy XRP Lemmy as well as Kamikaze. So we're gonna vibe out to the Astute Scholars Black Sheep song real quick, and then when we come back, we're gonna get into it with Xnunks. So here we go with the Astute Scholars.
Scholarly astute, my itch don't ever stink. My name ain't Pepe Le Pew. She got the scroll, so you know 2Cold knowing her root. I'm a black sheep, people around me don't ever approve. We got thee with 2 E's. We got the planet Genesis. We gave you 2 CDs. The Ledger is Xrp. Don't ever give them your keys. The point of 2Cold coin, I told them if you know, you know. They never read the scroll, so they went out just like a hoe. This is not Wizard of Oz, they had no courage like Scarecrow. I'm seeing crypto colorism like we living in Jim Crow. Beside the fact that she's our host, beside the fact I like the roast, beside the fact we triangular trapping coast to coast, beside the fact that we killing 2 birds with 1 stone, beside the fact we behind the scene working, think it's a joke. Students of the game giving you a stew, scholars swagging NFT art, but we got true knowledge. They frown our nose upon us, misunderstood products, because we dropped out of high school and we set for college. I got my GED and bachelor's, I'm unlearning and relearning. I said the earth is flat and I don't care about they discernment. Shout out to Token Panda with the art, that boy is working. I'm in a stool scholar, I'm focused on higher learning. The first supply 2,250. It's called a black sheep, 5 collections is spiffy. Read the scroll is peanut butter, yeah, you damn skippy. And the Genesis, she knocked it out the park like King Griffey. The first Genesis holders of the black sheep received themselves by 4 NFTs. The second Genesis, if you know what you're doing, you'll receive some mold in from Pearl the Shooter.
This is chess, not checkers. Gotta be able to pivot when obstacles occur and turn things to your advantage. Being astute, you gotta be mentally sharp and clever. Astute scholars remain on top of their game. For clarity, check the astute scroll. Lemmy and Kamikaze spitting all facts on the track. If you could pick up what they laying down, we the black sheep, and we ain't playing around.
Scholarly astute, my itch don't ever stink. My name ain't Pepe Le Pew. She got the scroll, so you know 2Cold knowing her root. I'm a black sheep, people around me don't ever approve. We got thee with 2 E's. We got the planet Genesis. We gave you 2 CDs. The Ledger is Xrp. Don't ever give them your keys.
Aspire to inspire. Xrpl Cookout satisfy your crypto desires. Mentally sharp, clever, the learning will take us higher. Notes on Mariah. You think you know it all, but too scared to try us. Like Moses, we see the vision through the fire. Black sheep, yeah, he's all alone. Black sheep, do it on his own. First collection is the only one that's known. Want to know more, then read the complete scroll. We set some goals and reach for the gold. 8 different trades, 5 series collection. If you know, you know. Being an outcast and misunderstood is actually dope. We don't take no bullshit, finna block your trolls. We don't gotta pose, we see the bigger picture. You see it by the pixel. It's called a scroll, not a map that you gotta follow on road. Get on the allowed list based on what you hold. There's some perks from the personal collection of 2Cold's. Legends in the making, learning never gets old. Find some lessons in everything and everywhere you go. More information about the project will come as we go. Higher learning, astute scholars, we're on the road. Too smart on the road, give the people control. Education's everything, it might increase your bankroll. This is a school where you don't gotta pay to enroll. Education's motivation for everyone as a whole.
My itch don't ever stink. My name ain't Pepe Le Pew. She got the scroll, so you know 2Cold knowing her root. I'm a black sheep, people around me don't ever approve. We got thee with 2 E's. We got the planet Genesis. We gave you 2 CDs. The Ledger is Xrp. Don't ever give them your keys.
Hey, that is how we vibe out at the cookouts, right? Shout out to our guys Lemmy and Kamikaze for dropping that song for astute scholars for us. um so without further ado, let's get to our guy James, known as Xnunks in the community. So what up, my guy James? What are you bringing to the Xrp Ledger for us?
Okay, afternoon, folks. Hey, thanks for everybody being here. I know there's another space rocking right now. I sent you a DM, 2Cold. If you need to get over there, it's all good. I'm
No, I'm not going nowhere. We kicking it
well,
right here.
Well, cool. Like I said, I'm a frequent flyer to a cookout, so I can always come back any day, anytime, anywhere. So all good. Hey, so the people that don't know, haven't met me in the space. I know there's quite a few people in here that I much admire. We got Death. What's up, Wolf? What's you doing? Hey, Patrick. OC Lost Art. What's up, guys? Haven't seen you guys in a while, or talked to you in a while. Death. How's it going, bud? I guess good. All right, man. Hey,
Yeah.
I thought this was a conversation, but it's okay, man. I can do a DJ radio host. Good morning from SoCal. Hey, so seriously, I'm really stoked to finally get back on track with the XRPL stuff. A lot of people don't know the whole reason I even put Xnunks on Ethereum was that the big plan was last year. It seems so long ago. God, in crypto time, it seems like 7 dog years, right? So yeah, it was going to be on Clever Gallery. Uh, because of some situations, politics with that changed, and you know, morphed into me getting like sick and tired of hearing win mint. And so I just put as an artist and a creator, that doesn't roll with me, I've always been like, if you're going to be creative, don't ever let anybody tell you you can't sell your shit or sell your art. And I put it up on Ethereum and accepted XRP. I was the first one to do that. I did self transfers, and at that time, ironically, gas was crazy last year. We're talking one trade, $475 in gas for a $60 NFT, right? And if I self transferred it, I could get that down to about 25 bucks. I don't know why or how that's possible or who was in charge of that, but that was one of the reasons I was a big fan of the XRPL, because to eliminate the friction, right? So, so anyway, so we finally are pumped. We're going to be on the XRP marketplace, XMart, as they're known as, and excited to get that collection on that. As I posted last night, to separate the Ethereum and XRPL collection, they'll be flipped like we do with our funks on Ethereum. We're going to be flipping those. So that's actually really cool, because there's constantly been talks about the bridge happening between the two things. And unfortunately, between the egos and the lack of funding, there has not been a universal bridge yet released. I know people always talk about it, but people always talk about, Ethereum going to 10K. So, yeah. So, anyway, being realistic, um, we got to do what we got to do, and I made the decision to do that. So to separate the collections, so people could actually, instead of trying to jerry rig their NFTs over, right, that they would be able, that if they had an Xnunks on Ethereum, they would be able to mint that on XRPL and know the difference, right? Because, like I said, I'm a huge fan of the Ledger, have from the beginning when I heard about it and researched it. So super pumped. So yeah. So that's the switch over. That's my bridge, right? Everybody had a bridge, but I ain't heard of any bridge that's worked. But mine's going to work, because I think that's the right thing to do for collectors and people that are fans of your work. Um, like I said, I've been in the game since the beginning of this shit, so excuse my French, and gonna still be here. So that's my white list. I don't have a white paper. I don't have a white anything. I just got uh, get up every day and try to support my family, and do the right thing, right? So I know, right? Like basic shit, man. It's like that's life, just basic stuff. Like we're all dealing with turning your TVs on and politics, all this kind of crap. But for me, it's just trying to make some cool art, trying to make people smile a little bit, and get through this process we called life. So anybody need any info on that? I pretty good about posting tweets about this stuff, so keep everybody informed on what's coming down the pike, so they don't have to guess or wonder from anybody else of what's going on with me. I'm a person to person entity, and anyone can just talk to me. I don't have any VC funding. I don't have anything, man. It's just, me and my girlfriend, and we're just doing the best we can. So
Yeah, I'm glad you came here and came here today, Nugs, and I'm glad you also have the same viewpoint as me, that it's important to go out in the nature sometimes and show some love to the stars and things like that also, and not just go spinning around in the metaverses all day long also, but find a little balance. And yeah, and also I love the Nunks. Are you planning to? I don't remember if you said if you are planning to mint some of the Nunks once the XLS 20 launch, or what was your plan on that?
Okay, so here's the deal. We Yoke, he's my buddy. He's been my buddy. He's gotten a lot of crap from people with some bad information that's been spread out there on him of why he didn't do Clever Gallery. But if you knew the whole story of why he didn't do Clever Gallery, you would be a supporter of him, and you wouldn't be happy with a lot of people that wasn't a supporter of him and why he did what he did. But he's not here right now, so I won't talk about people that aren't here. But I am his friend, and I stood beside him through that. And if people knew all the crap he went through, they would be like, "Hell yeah, you better go do your own thing." Like, I wouldn't want anybody to have me work for my ass for free, or have me think that like I was their freaking whooping dog in this space, right? Like, hell no, man. So anyway, that's why I stick beside people. I don't care if everyone's kicking the shit out of them. I'll do what I can to stand beside people that have a good heart. And just because they ain't out there, yapping their mouth about why or how, I still be there. But anyway, him and I are putting a collection out on Xrpl, Xfunks, and yeah, we did. We work on Ethereum with the Funk community. I co-founded, or actually, I came up with Funkism with Paulie. Um, but yeah, it's a group effort all the way through that, empowering people and artists constantly. I've been doing that since, like I said, as long as I can remember. Try to teach people to keep being free. I think it really helped. My mom, was Native American, born on the reservation, and they've been getting the shit kicked out of them from the beginning, right? So we're just kind of, I'm children of those people, and we're just doing the same thing, man. Trying to survive and be free, right? I think that's an important thing to never give up on. So we are putting the funks on the XRPL, and yeah, Wolf, we're putting the Xnunks on there also, and I'm not changing the name or anything. The only difference is they'll be facing left. So I did this so that, as I said earlier, people can mint the same NFT, but obviously it'll be it's a different token, so it's not the same NFT, but the same artwork without having it lost, not having a bridge. So I know people want to keep their collections together. I minted on Bitcoin blockchain back in 2019, and I don't have access to those, right? So, yeah, you can't find those on OpenSea or any of the Ethereum or the Universal stuff yet. But hopefully one day, these folks will figure it out. They'll get a bridge going. But in the meantime, that was the decision I made to try to um, keep my, people that collect my stuff and dig my stuff, that they could continue on collecting it and keep it in the community, right? Keep it in the group of people that like my art and dig it. Because
Okay, so
yeah.
so as far as the collection goes, how big is the collection gonna be, and all of that stuff?
Well, for the funks for X funks, that's a 10K collection. I was going to do, and as far as the Xnunks, that is going to be because I'm doing customs and collabs. That will be, those are all 1/1s throughout. Every Xnunks that's ever been produced has been a 1/1 hand designed, handmade NFT, which is totally different from a generative collection that like Yoke and I worked on, that's going to be on there also. Um, but because it's a 1/1, there is no, it's an unlimited thing. It's kind of like telling Andy Warhol, you can't do any more art. Like, you know what I mean? So it's, they'll be, as long as I'm kicking, I'll be doing original artworks, and each individual piece will be an original. So there you go. Yeah, so that really helps, because from a collecting standpoint, if you're buying a generative collection, that has a certain, I don't know if people are familiar with that process of how you come up with the base thing. I'm sure, 2Cold, you've learned a little bit doing your collection recently.
Wait, say it again. Did I do what?
Have you learned a bit about the generative stuff from Token Panda? Has he taught you a little few things about the elements in a generative versus a 1/1 collection?
Well, yeah, right. So the generative is layers on top of layers that can be scrambled up, right? And
Correct.
then
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a whole different process. Like if you were doing, I don't know how many traits you guys are gonna have, but yeah. So the time as an artist, you would do those layers, but on when you're doing 1/1s, there's no, your every piece could be totally different. You could, for doing customs, it's, there's a lot of people that like, they have a favorite punk, they have a favorite image or something that they like. So basically, so what I'll be doing with the 1/1s, like I did with the Xnunks, someone could come in with their own, um, like right now I'm doing collabs with X Dude, right? So him and I will, I have, 20 of his original X Dudes, and then I am merging those with the Xnunks. So creating the 1/1s, right? So he had a generative collection, but where I'm adding them to mine, I'm actually doing the 1/1 stuff, so that whoever gets those can be a collector of his and my work, and get an original. So it's kind of a cool process. Those obviously be, uh, charge more than a generative collection, right? Because the computer's doing the work for you, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, like I said, just excited to have two separate collections, one entry level for people to come in and, have one of our pieces. And then the other one, if they want to have something I spent a couple hours on at my three giant monitors here that I'm sitting in front of all every day. So, it's a whole different vibe, man, creating this stuff. So
Okay. So that's your first collection. Now, for people listening, um, James is a artist, right? He is not an XRPL project that's saying a video game is going to be made behind this, behind his any of his NFT works or anything. That's not what James does, aka Xnunks, right? He is a independent artist who creates, NFTs, and he's been in the art game for quite some years, and he does have uh, artworks that are out there before blockchain, right? He is a well-known and well-respected artist, so his collection is a NFT art collection. So just to make that very clear, um, and whatnot. Also, as far as where will you be minting, and will you be minting on day one if XLS 20 goes live on the 31st? So how is that going to play out?
Well, we're I'm minting on the first group I'm working with is Xrpl Marketplace, which is AKA Xmart, with Damon and Martin, and we're already locked and loaded. Those collections are already been tested. They've already been test minted. Um, the ones that are up currently on the site are not are just the test NFTs. The one like the Xnunks that are on there, those are set for Ethereum, but the actual ones that will be minted will be all the custom ones and all that. So everything's locked and loaded. Like I said, we're just I'm working on doing collabs with 4 other artists that are on that marketplace at the moment, and just kind of pumped to have those in the 1-1 collections. So yeah, that's the fun part of that's the art part of this business, right? Because you got the computer part of this business, and then you got the just talk to people in Discord around the world, and then create art, right? Like that's another part of the business that has nothing to do with, um, you know, it's just the kind of stuff we were doing since we started using computers, right? And talking on the phone with people, talking in chats back in the day, and people sharing their PNGs and JPEGs, right? For me, it's still the same thing, right? I know the delivery is different and using the currency, but it's still the same goal of I love art and I love computers, right? And in my real life art world, the art that I sell on Saatchi and the art that I've made for uh, many galleries across the U.S. and in Europe, I use the computer and I output that computer work and then literally implement that back onto the canvas, um, using sub dyes and screen printing. So it's a cool process, and I was one of the first to use. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I actually made art with a Mac in 1986, 87, right? That was my first. Still have the artwork. Um, Still have the motherboard of the Macintosh, 1 megabyte motherboard. I know, crazy, but still have it. So all good. In fact, I know this is even crazier, but I have a complete history of computers, the stuff that I've had. I got a giant storage unit full of all the old Macs. I've always been a Mac person, all the apps and the art ever since. So really been stoked. I don't uh, I don't ever like think, oh man, I'm older. That's how should that? But no, the computers, zeros and ones could care less what you look like. They don't care what kind of dog you have, what kind of car you drive, what country you live in. Zeros and ones are just badass, right? If you program them right and you give a shit and you care about what you're doing, that they will serve you well. And always appreciative that I was fortunate enough to uh, be able to have computers in my life, right? And get influenced by artists like Warhol that used the computer to do his stuff, and then I fell in love with it and haven't looked back since. So, and always looking to help people. That's part of the whole funkism message, right? Is that I'm constantly getting DM'd artists, people wanting to know techniques and apps, and I'm always sharing. There's no secret sauce in my game. It's just uh, loving what I'm doing and always looking to help people. So uh, yeah, that's it's like a commitment that it takes some time to try to help artists. Um, and you can't really tell artists what to do in crypto art, but you can sure tell them what you did, and if they can learn something from that, then good for them. So anyway, yeah, there you go. So if you're an artist in this space and you are looking to do a collection or whatever, and you're not sure about an app or something, let me know. So there you go. That's the way the ball rolls.
All right, we got Jakes. Go ahead, Jakes.
What's up, everybody? I got a minute to talk now. What's going on, James?
Hey man, what's going on? Hey, did you ever sell that? Did you get that memorabilia out?
No, 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 no.
No.
Nah, I
Okay.
didn't. That's that's if I get on hard times. But
Oh no, I
thankfully,
thought
as it,
no, I wasn't talking about the selling the thing. I thought you were gonna mint it or something, right?
oh, I haven't done that neither. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay. Yeah, I wasn't talking about the actual thing from your family. I was talking about you. Yeah, I think you had said to me you were gonna do maybe make an NFT or something and
no.
get it
You were
out there.
saying that.
Well, I was saying I'd help you if you need any help. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All
All
right,
good.
all good. Nah, I just had a quick question. So in essence, would you say that the once you started using Mac, it changed your life?
Yes, sir. I did.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like people that even come into this space, right? I know a couple people that they'd heard they were trying to like stack some crypto and all that. Next thing you know, they're currently building NFT collections, and they were like, they just came in to try to, you know, FOMO'd in, right? They'd said they'd heard about XRPL and whatever, and next thing you know, they're asking me like, hey, how can I do an NFT or whatever? So that's the cool thing, right? Like people from all over the planet. Once this thing gets going, obviously everybody when it hasn't even kicked off yet, that's pretty damn early, right? that's that's
I was just trying to get this message across the two code. That the Mac changed your life back in '89 or whatever it is.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Don't nobody give a fuck about an apple. Go bite the apple on the back of your fucking pokey phone.
damn. Hey, did that trigger you? Something? What's up with the apple? Like, you don't like apples or something? What's going on?
He's goofy. He's fucking always trying to Android Apple shit. Like I don't care about an Apple phone or none of that. I don't care. Whatever.
Well, exactly. Well, now seriously, Jake's like, in all fairness, like all the everything in with computing, like all the stuff you can. They got apps on everything, right? So It's kind of like think of all of it as being a giant derivative. There was a time where it was a group of us that were just Apple people, right? And it was just like the XRPL versus Ethereum people. You'd go into chats and people like, oh, these guys are a bunch of whack jobs or whatever. And they'd be fudding each other shit all day long, right? But in reality now, and this is why I believe being a multi-chain artist and supporting all the chains. Like we're going to be Yoke and I are going to be launching on Chia, right? And the reason being, Jakes, is like it's really not about a brand anymore. It's about believing in the tech, right? So if you just say to 2Cold, hey man, this tech can change your life, that for me, that's like a cool thing that like I say to everybody. I don't like go, oh dude, you gotta if you're not on an Apple, you're something's wrong with you. If you're not on XRPL, like you're just going down the wrong path. No, I think it's about the tech. I mean, people like you know in the room like Def, like he's so smart, like smartest guy in the room here, and I'm hopefully he would share the same sentiment. Is the tech itself can be used for the most amazing things in the future, right? And I think once we realize that and we stop fighting with each other about brands, you know, I think it'd be a better space. I
Yeah,
think
I don't fight.
yeah.
That's too cold that fights me.
Well, when she says "get the heck
You
out of here,"
you just the one brought. Didn't nobody even say nothing about an apple? You did that on purpose. So get out of here, bro.
dude, I love it, man. It's like roommates from like you guys have been together so long, man. Like I said, you guys got love for each other. Apples, oranges, pineapple. I mean, you can't even put pineapple on a pizza on crypto Twitter anymore. You get so much hate. I mean, seriously, man, that's how the space is. I love pineapple on my pizza. Boom. Next thing you know, you get the DMs. You crazy? I'm unfollowing your ass because you eat pineapple on your pizza. This is like illegal in my country or whatever. Like all good, but yeah, you guys, man. Jake's uh, and 2Cold. You guys been doing this for a while, and you've helped so many people and you really should be proud of yourself. I mean, look at you, 2Cold, from the beginning. Like you're helping people. You helped me with my Zone wallet setup, and now you're rolling. Now I'm like sending a tweet out about your NFT collection. I mean, think about it, right? Like, what is it, 8 months or something? But good for you. Like that's the kind of stuff. Like, oh, speaking of that, I don't know what's up with that Google Docs thing. I sent you a DM, but I sent for your
Yeah, for the allow list. Yeah, I got it.
yeah. What?
So that Google Doc form, it connects to a spreadsheet, so it lets me keep track of how many allow list spots are
Okay,
filled.
so you got all my Zoom stuff and my
Yep,
info.
yep,
Oh,
yep,
cool.
yep.
Yeah, because it sent me a thing that it didn't go through, and I was like,
Oh, wait, wait, wait. Oh, so it did not go through? Then
it's
no.
it.
I'm
I
looking right
filled.
now,
I did
and I do.
everything you asked, and then I clicked on it, and it said something was not working. So I went, okay, I'll
Oh,
just
okay.
ask you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do not see your name on the spreadsheet, James or
What
Xnunks.
you want me to send you my Zoom account, or what do you want? What
Well,
would you
no,
like?
if you fill that out, because it's easier for me to keep it all on the spreadsheet. So here, I'll just send you another link for it,
Okay,
and
yeah,
then
no
whenever
no
you have
worries.
time, just fill it out.
Yeah, like I said, I sent you the screenshot because you know that shit where people go, "Oh yeah, I seen it last week." No, I screenshot my life, so yeah, no worries, man. I got that handle for you, but yeah, I'll send it again. But anyway, the point is seriously, like I said, I remember some of your first spaces last year, and it does seem like it's been a while, right? But nothing better though than like Wolf said, like it's okay to take a break, right? I know it's tough. I know it's like when with you working with people and people ghosting your ass and all this. Like it's just normal. It's just normal life stuff, right? People get, for all we know, you never know what's going on with their real life stuffs or whatever. But I don't know. Give people the benefit of the doubt. It's like Wolf, man. He's always here, always being positive. I love his questions, like in his enthusiasm, and it makes me miss Scandinavia so much. So, yes, good eye, Wolf. So I appreciate it.
Jag älskar dig, Xnunks.
All good, brother.
How long since you was in Europe now? Was it wasn't it like is it like 10 years ago? I don't remember.
No. This is like I told.
I'm so sorry. I don't.
I worked on the film. I was a painter for the back when they did animated movies. They did, each cell was painted by hand. I was a cell painter for the movie Valhalla. It's Scandinavia's largest grossing film of all time, and it was cool to be able to. I had a green card and everything. I always laugh about that. People make, I'm in SoCal, right? So you're always hearing about the Hispanics and green cards and all this kind of stuff. And ironically, the card the government gave me in Denmark was a green card. So, so I had a green card to be in Scandinavia because at that time, as you know, Wolf, you had to be, I guess I had a council or whatever had to approve me being able to be there to work, because at that time they didn't just let anybody in. And it was a long process. It took like 6 months to get the actual legal work permit or whatever. But I was really fortunate. And I used to get on these ships and go cruising up the fjords, man. So I got to go to Norway and cruise up through there. And it was Oslo and the surrounding area that I visited. Sweden, all these places were amazing. So, anyway.
Sweet. Denmark is a very nice place. Yeah, sorry to go.
Yeah, she's gonna kick us to it. She's gonna tell us to go get a room. I know. I've been told that.
Nah, I'm just gonna so I talked to Zerpaverse because the room is so dead, and we want to make sure that we can spread the love out. So the live trivia giveaway will be rolled over, and Zerpaverse is going to be throwing that giveaway to sponsor during the 24-hour countdown call next Sunday. So we won't be doing any live trivia giveaways today. It's pretty pointless. And James's giveaways will be rolled over to that as well, right? So just in case people are sitting in here just for that reason, you can head out and head to that other call if that's where you want to go. But it's with like 5 people here, it's pointless to do the giveaways.
Well, hey, well, you know what? Is there anybody that came in the room today that's in here right this second that doesn't have one of my NFTs? Raise your hand. If there's anybody here that doesn't have James NFT in this room, let 2Cold know. Come up and say hi.
No,
and
I
guess
don't
what?
have one yet because I'm waiting for XLS 20. To be honest,
You don't have one, Wolf?
No, not yet. But that's
well,
not.
you do. Hey, you know what? You do today.
Yes, same here.
Today.
Oh.
All right.
But that's not why I'm here, because I want to sponsor you instead of winning. So
it's all good, man. I love giving away stuff, and like 2Cold said, man, you rolling up in her space, You never know what's going to go down. So anybody that doesn't have one of my NFTs in this space today will have one. All you do is DM me an Ethereum address. I will send you the links to 3 collections you can choose from. Grab yourself one of those NFTs off one of those 3 collections. Hells yeah, we get this thing going, man. Come on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's always surprises. You just never know what's going to happen at a cookout. So today you rolled up. You don't have one of my NFTs. You get one of my NFTs. Thank you, 2Cold. See, there's always a reason
Sweet,
for everything.
nice. I have
You
always
bet.
wanted to have Xnunks.
Right on, man. Like I said, I know I appreciate people that listen, and I know 2Cold appreciates people that listen. So there you go.
That's kind of you, Xnunks. Thanks so much.
That'll become a.
You got to show more excitement than that, Wolf.
No, I'm so sorry for my monotony English. It's not how I am. I wish you guys could see my smile in my face when I'm talking, because I'm smiling more than it sounds. So sorry for that, guys. But yeah,
All right, yeah.
once we have the Nunks for the XLS 20, I will definitely sponsor you there, Nunks. So
I know you would, brother. And like I said, I just getting a chance to talk to you when I do, and it brings back so many memories of my time in Norway. It's like I said, if you knew the feeling I get when I just know that you're there and know the kind of love you guys had for me when I was there, it's just immense, right? So I appreciate that. And like I said, we get you hooked up. Send me a ETH wallet address for anybody in the room right this second that doesn't have an Xnunks, and we'll get you guys taken care of. I got a screenshot of the room as I say these words, so I know who I need to give the NFTs to. So yeah, just send me a. It'll be on you guys to send me your ETH wallets, and then I'll send you that. And then, like I said, looking forward to getting on XRPL Marketplace at Xmart and getting this party started next week. I know everybody's probably pretty excited about it. And if it doesn't go through this time, I'm going to start sending memes. You guys heard that. I know the space is recorded, but if it does not happen next week, I will start sending memes, and they won't be funny. No, they'll be funny to me, but they may not be funny to some people. But dude, after as much time we've been waiting and these roller coaster ride, like it's all going to be, justified for sure. Just right. Hey, Jake, you know what I'm talking about, man. How long has it been? How many? Like, if
This
you
is
hear the word
a long time.
exactly, even hearing the word "win mint," it triggers me, bro. Yeah, but right on, man. We get everything going. And like I said, I appreciate all the love today. Thanks to Cold for letting me come up and speak a bit. Um, and yeah, let's do some smiling. And Wolf, I can see your smile, bro. Don't ever apologize or anything. I know you got light so bright in you, man. I can feel it on this side of the planet. So keep that love up. I do appreciate it.
I bet, Nunks. Thanks so much, and I can definitely hear your enthusiasm and smile in your face as well. So always a pleasure to have a talk with you, Nunks.
Yes, sir. That'll be coming, man. I appreciate it. All right, then. Well, that sounds good. 2Cold. We good? We good?
Yeah, appreciate it, James. So like James said, if you don't have one of his Xnunks NFTs, you can send him your ETH wallet address and he'll send you one of those. So shout out to you. Appreciate you. Blessing everybody who doesn't have one, who will get in contact with you. And just so you know, James, because remember I gave you my Bifrost wallet for mine, and it was like stuck in the Matrix. Well, now I can see it it's in my Bifrost now. So, yeah.
Well, right on. Yeah, that's the thing, 2Cold. It's like, everybody's talking about like all these different wallets and all this kind of stuff. This way, by implementing my system with XRPL, people that have their stuff, like, who knows what's going to happen with different wallets and chains and all that. This way, the art itself can never get lost, right? Because I keep that stuff backed up on in the cloud and bunch of spaces in my computers and in storage, so I can implement that in another way to where the art's still good. And that's how you do it as an artist. And that's kind of stuff that I'd like to share with people, artists getting in the space, helping them with learning how to back up and you know back up their artwork and bring some value to that, right? So that's actually really important. Most people just look at it as they just seeing that number in their wallet, right? This number, right, that we're trying to reach for, instead of thinking about interacting with people, who they're going to meet, connecting with people across the world. You just, like I said, there's so much more importance. I know we all got to pay the bills, but that love part, man, should never be forgotten, right? Because when the money's gone, when you spend that money on a Friday, Saturday night, the love will always be there. That's for sure. So, all right, guys, I appreciate everybody, and like I said, I'll as soon as you guys get me that stuff, I'll send you the links, and then of course, 2Cold, in your 24-hour space, my offer to you to give those other ones away are still good. I don't back out on shit I say, so all good there too. But if you're here today, man, you might as well have some smiles too. So all good. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Yeah, thanks
Appreciate it
again,
then.
Xnunks. By the way, before, do you have some real world art projects you are working on that you are planning to take scans of and mint on the Xrpl when that time comes, or is it only digital art you're into right now?
Actually, there's literally um, projects where I did that on Ethereum, where I did some handmade drawings and stuff. But the Indian Chief series I have, like on Sachi, those will be minted. It's for me, it's just about time, because I'm not really, um, I don't have a you know I'm not like, I don't have a staff of people or whatever, right? So I just, when I have the time to do my art, I get to do it every day and work on the computer and stuff. So, but I do have a in real life art project where I'm, as I told you earlier, I combine the two computer stuff together, and then the NFT will just be the provenance for the actual art. The hard part with the in real life art stuff is that nobody wants to give out their actual address for you to send the painting to. So that's why that bridge is difficult right now, and why I provide for the OG Nunks holders a printable PDF is because to send out the actual painting. Um, but those will be available on Sachi once those are done, and then the NFTs will be on XRP Marketplace. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about keeping that bridge thing going with in real life art and NFTs. It's been since day one, since 2019 to mint in real life art. So yeah, that's the first time I did it, and I've continued to do that. So yeah, cool. Looking forward to showcasing that more with the XRPL community once that gets going. we had all those plans with Clever Gallery, but we just shifted gears and making some different moves there. So based on politics, which who loves politics, right? So anyway, all good. So, but thanks for asking that, Wolf, and looking forward to once I get that out, I'll put it out on a tweet for sure, or in a room, or in a space, or in a cookout again. You never know.
All right, for sure. Appreciate it. Oh, what happened? We had 808 up here. I think he got rugged. So with that, I think we're gonna head up out of here. We had Zerpaverse come through. We had Xnunks, aka James, come through and share their projects. And they're gonna be sponsoring the giveaways also for the 24-hour call. So yeah, we're gonna head up on out of here and let this cookout be done. And yeah, so everybody enjoy your Sunday. Have a good day, good rest of the day, and all that good stuff. And thank you to Zerpaverse and James for coming through, sharing their projects, and for sponsoring the giveaways. Appreciate it. So we up out of here. 2Cold gone. We out. Bye.
Sweet. Thanks again.